while I'm sleeping, I go into some kind of this dream where my spirit man got pulled out of my body where I can see it. I can literally see my body. Like, whoa. And while I'm coming out of my body, I get pulled to this warp speed trance place. I have no idea how to, or what word I can explain of being pulled with such speed to a place I've never seen in my life. I don't know where I'm going. I'm being pulled there, and I don't know. I come before this all blue sky, this all blue place. It's like a blue everywhere. There's no sky, there's no grass, there's no fields, there's no buildings. It's just blank everywhere. You can hide, you can run, you be running infinite miles north, ain't going nowhere because there's nothing. Everything was laid bare flat. In front of me, there was 1,000 among 1,000 people in front of me. There was 1,000 among 1,000 people behind me. And I'm trying to figure out where everybody in this long line. I don't understand what's going on. And I realized everybody else was forced to be in their place. I was the only one that can move. I could feel, I could sense, I could turn around like, well, it's like I was given the ability to discern, feel, express, experience. And I'm looking around and I noticed that we're in these glowing like figures that almost feel transparent in nature. Keep in mind, I've never seen it before in my life. The only thing I could think about was this may be a soul of some sort. A transparent soul, a figure unlike my flesh. So, and I realized in the center of the left chest, like somewhere in this area right here, there were seeds in a lot of people. Seeds. Little bitty seeds. You plant in the ground. Seeds. Didn't understand what it meant. Couldn't understand what it was for. But a lot of people had it. In front, I'm looking like, what the world? And out of nowhere, while I'm looking around, depart from me. There's this spirit, there's this door. It's crazy how to explain this. There's this door, this sphere that's only voice activated. There's no doorknob. That when the Lord said, depart from me, this spirit opened up, bound, and there would be stones of fire that would come out, snatch the person in.
You said stones?
Stones of fire. Literal stones of fire that could move, like it was just flame from the stove. It had a nature and a characteristics that my brain was getting just tripped. This spiritual place was unlike anything I've ever seen in my life. There is no natural definition to add meaning to it that would make sense. And so, it snatched the person so fast that their screams were late. Their screams were detached from their figures. It's like when the Lord said, depart me, bow, it comes close. Where was the scream coming from? Where was it going? It scared the mess out of everybody in the line. All I knew, the line moved up. Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa! And the thing was, you could feel the heat from the stones of fire. You could feel it. It didn't affect you, but you could feel the temperature. And I'm like, whoa, you can feel it. It's almost like when it's too cold outside, it's my open the door. I'm like, oh, shoo, close that door. The fire was so hot, it could feel like it was touching the interface of your soul. And you can feel the torment from it. You can feel how it can be tormentful. And so, line moved up. Wait a minute. That's not good. Wait a minute. Where we at? Is this Judgment Day? Oh my goodness. I'm like, wait, I'm panicking. Now, the thing about it was, in front of all these people, there's a giant figure. He's grayed out. I can't make out who he is. I know it's the Lord. I'm convinced. I don't know how I even got the knowledge in the dream, but it's like nothing was hidden from me. I was given knowledge. I was given understanding because it was also given to me to use so that I wouldn't run from anything he's talking to me about my judgment. I couldn't escape. Some kind of way, while we were moving up, our life held us hand in hand. When God would speak to the person in the very front, it was like everything he would be saying would become like a vision. You could see it. So you couldn't lie about anything you did. You couldn't lie about anything you did because your life testified against you. Hand in hand, action for action, deed for deed. There was no grace given because it was already given. And so while God will speak to the people, you can hear and see what they did. All the issues that they did, everybody could hear it. So imagine the people who are in front, who's getting judged by the Lord, were going to hell for something you dealt with, you never repented for. And you had to wait in line, wait your turn, knowing there was no grace given for them.
Oh my gosh.
You can imagine the torment and the terror in the line. Because you were moving up. Your time was coming. But you knew there was no mercy given up there. And so I was seeing people going to hell. I mean, back and forth, homosexuality, lying.
And you knew their stuff, their issues?
The thing about it was, I didn't know their stuff until he said it. Because everything the Lord said to them while we getting judged, it will appear on the screen. You can see it and you can hear it. You can literally hear details. The crazy thing about it was, I remember this specific woman. Now, keep in mind, the crazy thing was, because our gift was on trial too. Everything we did in our life was on trial. In the line, I could still see. There was a woman in front of me, that was a little bit in front of me. She had blonde hair. When I saw her soul, I immediately went to a vision. She was a woman who was a white lady who had blonde hair. And she had really long blonde hair. And when I saw her, I kept seeing social media. She was a social media influencer. When her time came forth, the Lord he spoke to her. He said, I'm not judging you for what you posted on Facebook. I'm judging you based off how everyone else received it. And you could tell the anger. He said, depart from me. And when he spoke, it was like everything around him shook. Like there was a great wind. His anger cannot be handled. His anger can only be experienced and expressed. There is no control. Humans can't handle the anger of God. A man who angers a God forfeits his life. To be in the presence of God and to experience his anger is to find a coffin and lay in it. So because I imagine what she did on social media was so bad, and based off how I saw it in the vision, it has something to do with lust and perversion. To the point where it became a snare to all the watchers. To the point where it was so heavy for them that a lot of them walked away from the faith to pursue their own personal desires. And it was because of the seed of what she put out that drew a massive crowd away. And because this blood was on her hands, the Lord dealt with her based off of that blood. And so now his anger was not kindled only for her, but the souls he really wanted.
Oh my gosh.
So it doesn't matter if the shepherd, he would leave the 99 to go after the one. The one soul that wandered away from the faith and the truth, God is concerned. That's why when one soul is won, the angels in the whole heavenly rejoice. So for her and it was over 300,000 people. There was a massive amount of people that walked away, which told me that she had massive influence. It was just no person who just attempted to try. She had somebody's eyes and she had some people's ears. And when she posted, draw them away. And he was so angry that when he sent her to hell, it was with such great force that made me feel like there were different layers of hell, because where she sent, it wasn't as much force as the other ones. Wherever she was going, Lord have mercy, because it's deep. And so he sent her, he said, depart from me. And there was a portal. The portal of hell was so aggressive. It will, boom, you can shake it. The stones of fire snatch people in. There was no hand that grabbed her. It flew. Portal closed. Her scream was late. It would terrify. It would terrify us just watching it over and over. It was like a trauma that never ended. And so now the line moving up. I'm not seeing nobody go to heaven. I'm not seeing nobody go to heaven. It worried me. Because I'm like, Lord, surely that's 1, that's 5, there's 10, there's 50, there's 100. Come on, Lord. Everybody can't be going to hell. Please, Lord Jesus. There's just no way. Back to back. 1,000 among 1,000 in front of me. The light is already getting to me now. Haven't seen one?
Didn't see one.
Did I see one? I didn't see one. It broke me in the line. I'm like, Lord, because I feel like, am I any different from anybody in the line? So I get up there and keep in mind, the dream was not to reveal him. The dream was to reveal the people that's going to hell that I'm called to save. And I'm like, because I couldn't see the Lord, and my mind would wonder what he looked like. He's in front of me, grayed out, no detail, like a hidden character in the game. Couldn't see him. But I could hear him. And he began to speak to me. He said, there are many different things I could have did better. Well, Lord, I did them. Hey, that counts for something. I did them. But it wasn't just the act. It was the heart.
Jesus. Oh my gosh.
We cared about the external. We cared about what it looked like. he cared about the intent. He cared about the motive. He was focused on why. And I said, Lord, I did this. Okay. That don't sound like I failed. It sounded like I just could have did better. So I accepted it as maybe wisdom, but I can't use it, Lord. I ain't there no more. So, and then he asked me, he said, why didn't you forgive her? Ooh. Lord, what are you talking about? I couldn't lie to God. So when that thought came to my mind, like, who are you talking about, Lord? My life testified. It held me hand in hand. I immediately went to a vision and saw who he was talking about. The same woman that brought me fully into faith, Yvette Pascal, was the same woman that hurted me. And then again, I'm going to explain why I say that. It was just something so simple because she was called to sometimes hurt my feelings to tell me the truth. But in a sense, I still dealt with rejection. So you're going to reject me too? It was part of my building, but I didn't know how to handle it because I was in the infant stages of my faith walk. And the Lord said, why you didn't forgive her? I said, well, Lord, I did forgive her. He said, no, you didn't. I said, I did forgive her. I remember us having a conversation and everything. He said, you forgave her. Why are those seeds still in your chest? What you mean seeds still in my chest? Oh, the seeds is right here that's through all those souls. Those are things you hid in your heart that you never let go. Whoa. But Lord, I did talk to her. I told her, I'm sorry. I told her I'll forgive her because I have to forgive myself. I did all. He said, if you forgave her, why did you treat her like the situation happened all over again every time you talk to her? For the first time in my life, I couldn't run from the truth that was so real. I got so scared that because I didn't forgive her, he didn't forgive me some of my sins. And he said, because you didn't forgive her, Lord, please don't say they won't say that. Please don't say it. Please don't say it. Because you didn't forgive her, I didn't forgive you some of your sins.